Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 10, Book 2, Shamani, The Raging Flame. This is easily, of course, the best book in Series 10 so far. That's not really a challenge, of course, because first book is set up, hold back as it is. So, that being said, we're going to begin with our synopsis of the story, and then we'll give my overall thoughts on it. Tom and friends made it through the forest, and like all books in a series, they fill us in with the plot. Now, last book I was hoping to hear this again so I could understand it more clearly. So apparently there is this prophecy that will awaken these 6 ancient knights to help face off a great evil. Apparently Malvel is the great evil, and it's a little ironic that now the knights awoke. Mind you, that could be an effect of Malvel's spell or his connection to the eternal flame. You see, Malvel has cursed the knights, twisting the prophecy and making them become the very beasts they had once slayed. Tom and friends soon washed off and discovered that the next good beast Malvel wishes to harm is Arcta in the mountains. You see, our heroes have this orb from Adaro, which I'm guessing which could also be the map, or it could be a separate item itself, which tells where Malvel will strike next. Also, it would seem Malvel brought back these knights and twisted the prophecy to prevent them from interfering from his takeover of Avantia, and of course he knows once his new beasts take out the good beasts, he will have control again. So our heroes race to the mountains. Tom and friends ventured forth until they saw a river, and not far off was a town. They decided to head there as they needed food for their journey. I see Tom has improved since Series 9. Go back to my reviews on that if you want to explain more about that. If you want to hear more about that, go to Series 9. However, a man was being whipped to death. Tom interfered along with Eleanor, but even the crowd of people said his punishment was necessary, and soon enough the town people turned on our heroes. Tom felt bad as he had now put his friends into more danger, and he was only trying to do the right thing. So Tom's still a likable character. Soon enough, the mayor of the town broke up the commotion and led our guests to an inn to explain the situation. That Igor, the man who was being whipped, had been charged for breaking the wheel of a mill. So Jarl, the bearded man, punished him, and Aaron, the mayor, told Tom this while serving them a great meal, while Storm and Silver were protecting Igor. Tom told them he would get word to King Hugo to send his best carpenters to help repair their mill if they would tend to Igor's wounds. It was agreed, and Aaron even mentioned that they had a traveller a few days ago, a black knight, and Tom and Eleanor glanced a look while Aaron led them to the damaged mill, and Tom noticed something that resembled a claw. Tom and Eleanor whispered to one another about the claw, but the villagers were still convinced that Igor destroyed the mill, despite the fact there being no proof he did. However, I can sympathize due to their unknown knowledge of the evil beasts. Tom and Eleanor decided they had no choice. They had to free Igor as Arcta was in pain. Yeah, because they sensed the pain. Which Tom sensed, of course. So they made their leave, despite the mayor, Aaron, trying to keep his people at bay. They couldn't hear his orders as their loud roars boomed over him. Luckily, they escaped and reached Igor's home, where his dog greeted them. However, a Varkul showed up. Now this book gives me another chance to understand the Varkuls, as I didn't understand them fully. So what they are is pets to the knights, meaning there are 6 in total, 1 per knight. Sadly, they have to be killed as probably due to Malvel's curse. They are loyal to the knights, and now cursed, they have no choice but to obey them. Silver got in the fight to help save Igor's dog, but Tom and Eleanor were too far a distance to get involved. Silver fought the Varkil off, with our heroes following in pursuit. However, it led Tom and the Varkil to a pit of quicksand. Luckily, Tom managed to escape, but not so fortunate for the Varkil, which was a shame. As they planned to follow the Varkil to lead them to the Black Knight, Igor thanked them for saving him from the creature, and he wished them the best of luck as they ventured forth until Adro told them that the Black Knight will soon become the beast known as Shamani, the Raging Flame. Not wanting the knight to enter his transformed state, Tom and the others raced, ignoring nightfall until they reached the mountains. However, when Tom dismounted, boulders came his way, and then Arthur came rushing and took the avalanche on himself. Tom and Eleanor rescued Arthur, who quickly fled them and slipped through a cave which led straight to the other side of the mountain, which Tom and friends followed, while also discovering the mine shaft with an old armory. They then saw Arthur fighting the Black Knight, and sadly, of course, the knight was winning. He then transformed into his beast form to gain a great victory. Tom also noticed the amber claws and figured out that Shamani was the one who broke the mill, not the Varkil. Tom had to help Arthur because a while back he assumed that the Varkil did it. Well, I guess when he fought the Varkil, yeah. So, figured out that Shamani was the Varkil. Tom had to help Arthur, and they soon got a minecart and planned to head down. However, they seemed to be coming off the tracks. I will admit this chapter does leave it up to us to piece together how Arthur goes from one place to the next, but it's no bother if you give it a second for it. Tom and Eleanor tried to control the cart. However, Shamani had left Arthur and was now going for them, trying to knock them off the tracks. However, Storm came to their rescue and managed to stop the cart, allowing our heroes to help Arthur. Tom told Arthur to back off. No doubt he didn't want the good beast to be put in any more danger. Mind you, 2 against 1 would have, greater numbers. Anyway, Tom told Eleanor to retrieve the next token in the saddlebag that would stop Shamani. Eleanor had an idea, and what it was the amber stone. It matched the Shamani's claws. However, as Tom attempted to claim it, Shamani's paw came crushing down upon Tom. Tom was now pinned down. He managed to get himself free and tried to attempt to reclaim his shield, which he had been separated from. However, Shamani was one step ahead of him and tossed the shield down the mountain. Despite Eleanor's arrows, Shamani was unaffected, until Arthur throwing a large boulder. He also threw Tom a shield, which Tom assumed he must have gotten from the armory they passed, in case this situation ever occurred. Tom got his second wind and managed to send Shamani plunging down the mountain. Tom was upset, thinking he had killed the Black Knight, when he only reverted him back to his knight form. Eleanor gave Tom the token, but the Black Knight made him drop it. He may have beaten the beast, but Shamani was still there, controlling the knight. However, it turns out that there was a mosquito in the amber, must be a Jurassic Park reference, which soon summoned a swarm. It turns out there were more than just mosquitoes, but swarms of various other bugs in there too. Our heroes retreated back to the cave. However, the Black Knight was not so lucky. The bugs infested him going inside his armor. The knight removed all his armor to try and stop them, but the pain went on. Tom couldn't take it anymore, and he rushed to help the Black Knight, and the swarm flung away. However, their damage seemed fatal, and there was nothing Eleanor said she could do to help him. Then, the knight was once again dying. The knight was now dying, and his last words, of course, were explaining how he had defeated Shamani and how horrible it was horrible how he became the beast, of course. Tom explained what happened, and the Black Knight faded away. Tom was certain it was Adaro sending his spirit back to the Gallery of Tombs. Speaking of Adaro, he had appeared and told Tom that his quests had shown results, as Adaro had gotten word from Freya and she discovered that Malvel was planning to use this scheme to to see if his magic is powerful enough to get himself back into Avantia. So far, they have been lucky, and it hasn't. But Adro did warn them to be wary of this as he faded. Meanwhile, as Chum went to reclaim his enchanted shield, Eleanor claimed she could make a weapon similar to the one the Black Knight used. It could prove useful, of course, and Tom agreed, and they saddled up as Arcta left and to protect the mountains, and they rode off. Overall, that was the plot of Shamani, the Raging Flame. Easily better than the first book because just relying on setup. I like the Jurassic Park reference, of course. They do call the beast a cheetah, but it looks more like a leopard. But they could have just said leopard. The Black Knight stuff was cool. I do like that Shamani could take both the Knight form and the beast form. And the only little plot holes were a few nitpicks here and there, like the villagers. How could they believe them without any proof? And they're only like nitpicks, really. So it's still a good book. Next time I'll be doing Lustor, the Acid Dart. That'd be cool. And it's been a while since I've done Beast Quest because I have a new playlist. But also there is an upcoming Q&A, might as well say, an upcoming Q&A, so I'll put an annotation in this video for where you can put your questions in and ask about my channel, anything you like, in there. So next time on Beast Quest we'll be doing Lustor, the Acid Dart. Till next time guys, peace.